Okay, so next lesson here, we're going to make a dance studio program, dance studio animation in Scratch, and then we're going to submit it to the Dance Studio Studio. So down here it says Class Studios. This is where you're going to be placing all of your programs. I will give another video on how to actually turn it in there, but for now, to start making our dance studio, I'm going to go up to Create. What that's going to do is it's going to make a blank program here. Now, unlike code.org, you're not limited in what blocks you can use. You can use as many blocks as you want, and there is a lot more blocks. I'm going to go through what these blocks are for the most part. So under motion, that's the light blue there. We've got move, which if we grab and just double click it, it moves our cat by 10 each time. And we just keep clicking it and it moves. If I wanted to move it the other way, I could do -10. It would go in the negative direction. We use positives and negatives in here. We've got a turn 15 degrees, a turn 15 degrees counterclockwise, go to random position, go to a very specific position. This one will make it go to whatever spot he is in currently. So if I wanted him to always go back there, I would go and just grab that. Glide does a similar thing, except it goes over a longer period of time. Ooh, there we go. And you can also have Cartesian coordinates. That's X and Y. That's under motion. You've got some for looks. You can change costumes. Or if we go under the costumes tab, we can see how many different costumes or pictures for this item here there are. I forgot to say, this item here, this old cat, he's called a sprite. All of your code for the cat is over here. If you have more than one sprite, they have their own code. So that's looks. You can also have them say things. Say hello forever, say hello for 2 seconds, and then have it go away. You can go down to sounds, which make it meow there. Hopefully you heard that. Oh, I don't have my sound on. Try that again. There we are. Various sound effects. Now here's an important one. When green flag checked start. In code.org, they always had a little block that says, when run, do this. Well, we don't have that here in Scratch because there's a bunch of different options for how to start your program. You can have something happen when you press a key, when you press the green flag, when you click on the sprite itself, when your microphone reaches a certain volume, and these broadcast and receive messages, which we're going to go over for the next project. For now, I want when green flag checked. When green flag checked, we start. It's the default way to start a program, so I want you to be using this one. Now, for a dance studio, I want them to have some motion. So I'm going to want them to move, and then move back. Now, I'm going to press the green flag and see what happens. And nothing happened. Press it again, nothing happened. I press it a bunch of times, nothing still happens. Now, I'll give you a second to think about why you think that nothing happened, and then I'm going to go over why. All right. Here's the reason why. the computer does exactly what you tell it to do, as fast as it can. So it moved, and then it moved back, and it moved so fast that you didn't see it happen. We go down here to the controls, we can put a weight in there. And that seems a little long, so I'm going to use a decimal. 0.1. He goes back and forth. It looks like he's dancing. Then we can go through and we can put a little loop in here. Now, a forever loop is a loop that will go on forever. There's conditionals, like if this happens, there's a repeat for a certain number of time. There's an if then else. There's a bunch of things under this orange control section, but the forever loop is probably the one you're going to use the most. Drop it in there. Oh. Hold on. It didn't quite grab the way I wanted it to. There we go. And then I make it go, and he looks all kind of frenetic, like he's kind of spazzing out there. Here's why. I need a weight between each of the steps. So now he looks a lot more normal. And if I think he's going a little too fast, I can just change the weight. That changes how fast he's going. Now he's slower dancing. Maybe that's too slow. Let's go for 2. Or 0.2, I should say. There we go, that looks good. So there he is sitting, dancing away. You can also make him meow. Now, if I put this in here, it gets a little annoying. If I put this in up here, and then I start it, he'll meow and then he'll do his dance. Or if I do this and I put it there in the forever loop, he'll pause every time because it has to wait till it's done before going to the next block. Also here, notice the difference between this and this. If you're going to have a repeating sound, make sure you do until done. So I'm going to do start sound and then start dancing. So he only has to dance. He only has to do that once. Okay, so that's good enough for the cat. But let's say I want another person to dance with. So I'm going to go down here to the sprite area. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to hit choose a sprite. You can upload your own sprite, which we'll do later. You can draw your own sprite, which some of you will do, but later. Or we can just choose one of the ones from here, which most of you will do at some point. There's some of these that dance. If you hover over them, you can see what they do. They're usually labeled as dance, but like this person's playing basketball, but it kind of looks like a dance. Let's see. Sort by dance. So these are all the dancing people. Let's go for Cassie Dance. And how do we get her to dance? Well, we start with a when green flag checked. And she actually changed shape. What she did instead was under looks, she went to the next costume. So if we need to put a forever loop on that. Man, I am not grabbing these things correctly today. We say, it's frenetic. That's just way too stressed out there. Hey, wait a second. A little too slow to be a convincing dance. Let's go for 0.1. Maybe 0.2. Maybe 0.05. Let's go to 0.2. And we could also go back and do this with the cat. We can click on the cat here. We click on them over here. We could also go through and change the cat's costume. We do it once here. Doesn't look quite right. Let's go and put one after each step. There we go. That looks a little bit better. And then maybe we can make them move a little bit farther. Then we've got a dancing cat, we've got a dancing lady. Now we need a backdrop for this dancing area. So over here is the backdrops, and they fill in similarly to sprites. They also can take code, except they fill up the entire background. So I'm going to choose, where are they dancing? They're dancing at a concert, apparently. You can put whatever you want behind them. You know, there's also instruments you can put behind them too if you wanted to do this thing. So now they're dancing on a stage. And this is basically where I need you to be. I need 2 sprites that are doing something, dancing around, and I need a backdrop, and I need you to turn it in, and I also need you to title it. Dance party. Now, for this one, if you all choose the same name, whatever, it's fine. It's the dance party one. For future ones, hopefully you will title it in relation to what's happening in the screen. Now, there's other things you can do. You can, there's changing the color. It's a popular one. Graphic effect. You can, there's various effects in here. There's various sounds. Oh, that's right. One more thing I want. Let's do it in the backdrop. I want some music for them to be dancing to. Sorry. One last thing. When green flag checked, forever loop. We're going to play a song. Now, that's the default one. But let's say I don't want to do this. So that's weird. Let's choose a different song. You can record one, but we're not going to. That would be weird. I'm going to go over here, and again, we can do the same thing. We can record one, we can upload one from our computer, or we can choose one of the pre-made ones. And let's do loops, as in, if you hover over them, you can hear them. Oh, apparently I didn't hover, I clicked. Sure, we'll do that one. There's a picture of the backdrop. Right, here we go. And I can just go to this drop-down menu, do that. Note, if you did this, that doesn't sound as good. Because it's playing the first note of all of them, but every time it plays it over and over again on top of itself. So you can't really hear anything. Make sure to do until done. If I hit the stop button, it stops everything. I go to the project page. There it is. I should be able to hit the green flag. And they should dance. That's what I'm looking for your first assignment. Okay, so a couple things to notice. Notice this orange bar that says this project is not shared. Or if we go in where the coding is, see this orange button that says share. Until you hit share, nobody can see that, including me. It is only viewable by you. So if you do not hit that, your stuff cannot be graded. You need to hit this button minimally. So, however, I can't necessarily find it easily. I mean, I can go through and search through the hundreds of thousands of programs for a dance party animation, but it's probably not the best way. I'm going to click Add to Studio. And you have one studio that's right there. It is the Dance Studio. I'm going to click there, and it's going to add it to it. Going to hit OK. If I go back up here to My Class, and I click on the studio, I'll say, oh, hey, there is the dance party from Test Student 20 Semester 1. You should be able to see everyone's assignment. So you can always go and look in where he's at. All right, so that's how you do the dance party. That's how you turn it in.